Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. I appreciate the introduction. Before I share my story with you all, I would like to thank everyone in this room for being here and supporting the Boy Scouts of America. Thank you all, and thank you to Sam Houston Area Council for allowing me to share my story in front of such a distinguished audience. I would also like to thank some of those who were instrumental in my scouting life and who helped me get here today. To my parents, Ricardo and Anna Bayon. To my Scoutmaster, Mr. Tom Heinzler. And to Mr. Walter Ulrich, President and CEO of Medical Bridges. I started scouting by tagging along at both of my older brothers' campouts and meetings, and I wasn't even in Cub Scouts yet. And little did I know that a 15-year-long journey would bring me to where I am today. And as I've looked back, I've realized how the special moments during my journey have taught me enduring virtues of life that have shaped me into who I am today. But it was one special moment that taught me resilience, selflessness, and empathy. If you don't already know, to become an Eagle Scout, you must complete a service project. The Eagle Scout Service Project is the last test of becoming an Eagle and requires you to lead, develop, and plan a service project to give back to the community. I'd like to tell you all about mine. My project entailed donating a 20-foot ocean container of medical equipment and supplies to Centro Mur. Centro Mur is a cherished children's hospital in Guatemala City, Guatemala. What Centro Mur does is provides free surgeries to impoverished children of 17 and under. The medical equipment and supplies sent consisted of, but was not limited to, medical gas flow meters, autoclaves, life monitoring devices, surgical supplies, and much more. And my team and I hope to make the difference in the lives of these children. With our partner, Medical Bridges, we were able to secure enough equipment for the hospital to perform 300 life-changing surgeries to children who would otherwise have no alternative to getting the medical care they deserve. Upon sending my container, my team and I were able to travel to Guatemala and visit Centro Mur to present the container personally. And once there, we were welcomed by the head doctor and had an opportunity to get to know some of the inspirational staff members, Anna and Mike. Prior to working at Centro Mur, Mike worked at Guatemala City's government hospital. And as a child, Mike would accompany his mom there for her chemotherapy sessions. And Mike witnessed firsthand the deprived conditions of both the hospital and its patients. From then on, he vowed to come back and spark positive change. And years later, he did just that. Mike channeled the hospital's financial resources towards better conditions. Unfortunately, his noble mission was not without peril. Because of institutional corruption, Mike received several death threats and was forced to step down from his position. Undeterred, Mike found Centro Mur, where his conviction found a new home, and he reassured us that that was the best thing that could have happened at that moment. Mike taught me resilience in the face of great adversity. Anna then told us her story. As a mere infant, she was shot in the head amid a gang confrontation as a stray bullet struck her in the head. Her mother's desperate pleas helped reach the ears of American missionaries nearby. Among them, Steve Moore, the founder of Centro Moore. Mr. Moore flew Anna to the United States for the treatment she so desperately needed. And thanks to Mr. Moore, Anna was able to make a full recovery. Anna's story may have started in a somber tone, but today, she works tirelessly at Centro Moore, devoting herself to helping children get the medical attention they deserve. In Anna, I discovered the embodiment of selflessness. And after our conversation, we continued touring the hospital and visited some of the children who were recovering from various surgeries. Among the many inspirational children that I met, Pablo touched my heart in a special way. Initially, Pablo appeared stoic and meek, so I gave him a smile and some candy to hopefully brighten his day, but he showed no care for either of my gestures. Then I asked for his name, and we briefly chatted. Towards the end of our encounter, I told him I hope he would get well soon. This small gesture lit up his face with the most radiant smile, and a warm, glowing light ignited in him. I then realized it's the small things that let someone know there are people in the world who care, that can truly change lives. Pablo taught me empathy. And after our tour, we presented the container and bid farewell. The sound of children's laughter echoed through the halls, serving as a reminder of the resilience that thrives in the face of adversity. And on our way back to the hotel, I reflected on this day. It represented a symphony of hope with accompaniments of resilience, selflessness, and empathy. And it was then that I understood that I thought I had gone to Centro Moore to give, but in actuality, I received the qualities that guide me through everyday life. And still, to this day, I reflect on those moments I lived in Centro Moore and through my whole scouting journey. And I've come to realize that this is what scouting is all about. It's about being able to grow as a person through serving others. As in the words of President George H.W. Bush, there could be no definition of a successful life that does not involve giving to others. Thank you, and God bless you all.